Sabay-sabay natin alamin ang mga kaganapan na nangyayari sa ating bansa.
Yo, what's up mga kaibigan? This is Itoki po again. Ngayon nandito ulit tayo sa channel ni Pinas News Insider. Dito ulit tayo magbibigay ng komento at reaksyon. Kaya samahan nyo guys, let's go!
Ito ang balita ngayon. Trending at viral ngayon sa social media. Ang di umano'y balitang dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte sumabog sa galit sa mga kapulisang nasangkot sa 990 kg biggest drug haul. Utos ng dating Pangulo, magbitiw sila sa pwesto at mahigit 50 kapulisan. Kinasuhan na ng ombudsman ng Napolcom at PNP. Ito ang mainit na balitang pinutakti ngayon ng samut-saring komento mula sa marami sa ating mga kababayan. At marami rin sa kanila ngayon ang hindi napigilan ng kanilang sarili na maglabas ng kanilang hinaing at komento sa mundo ng social media. Pero bago ang lahat, kung bago ka pa lamang sa aming channel, ay please huwag kalimutang
sa lahat ng hindi pa nakasubscribe mga kaibigan kay Pinas News Insider, mag-subscribe na po tayo at huwag nyo rin pong kalimutan mag-subscribe dito sa aking channel.
Like ang video at mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para mas maging updated pa kayo lalo sa lahat pa ng bagong video na i-upload namin. At ito na nga mga kababayan, dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte, uminit ang ulo. Hindi naniwala na hindi alam ng PNP intelligence sa taas kung sino ang may-ari ng isang tulinadang shabu na nahuli kay Police Master Sergeant Rodolfo Mayo. Sa isang panayam, sinabi nga ng dating Pangulo kung ano ang solusyon at dapat gawin sa mga kapulisan na nasasangkot sa iligal na droga. At ang sagot ng Pangulo, dapat mag-resign na silang lahat, pati na ang patrolman na nasangkot dito. Sinabi rin ng dating Pangulo na kung siya lang ang masusunod, gusto niya itong ipa-take over sa mga military at dapat isuko ng mga pulis ang kanilang mga armas. Tahasan ding sinabi ng dating Pangulo na mas may kumpiyansa pa siya ngayon sa mga army dahil nga sa pagkakasangkot ng mga matataas na opisyal ng PNP sa iligal na droga. At ipinagdiinan din ng Pangulo kung bakit hanggang ngayon hindi pa nalalaman kung sino ang may-ari ng tulinadang shabu. Nagbigay pa ng suwisyon ng Pangulo para mapaamin ng salarin. Sinabi ng Pangulo na isakay sa helicopter ang mga involved na ipinagbabawal na gamot at dalahin sa pinakamataas na bahagi na handang ihulog at doon tanungin kung sino ang may-ari ng isang tulinadang shabu. Samantala, kinumpirma ng DILG Secretary Binhor Abalos na sinampahan na ng Napolcom at PNP ang kasong kriminal ang nasa mahigit 50 na kapulisan na umano'y sangkot sa 990 kg drug haul noong October 8, 2022 na umakma naman sa araw ng pagkakaaresto ni dating Sergeant Rodolfo Mayo Jr. Kasabay nito, binanggit naman isa-isa ni Napolcom Vice Chairperson at Executive Officer Attorney Alberto Bernardo ang 12 Police Commission Officer at 38 Non-Commission Officer na sangkot sa 990 kg drug haul. Samantala, hindi naman mapigilan ng marami sa ating mga kababayan na magbigay ng kanilang hinaing at komento sa mundo ng social media. At ayon pa sa kanila, good decision. Tanggalin na lahat ng kasali sa kaso na yan. Lahat sila ayaw magsabi kung sino ang nag-utos sa kanila. Dapat lang matanggal sila lahat. Bakit kasi nabigyan pa nila ng pagkakataon ng mga yan? Lalo na mga PU1 pa lang. Dapat tanggalin na sila kasi kabago-bago pa nila nasangkot na sila. Tanggalin kagad itong mga hinayupak at death penalty ang dapat sa kanila. Sana maibalik na ang ating mahal na Pangulo sa Malacanang para i-handle ang illegal drug syndicate. Dapat automatic dismissal bukod sa administrative case. Walang mga benefits na makukuha kahit sintimong duling. Sa halip na ang protektahan ay sambayan ng Pilipino, mga illegal ang pinabantayan. Only in the Philippines. Kawawa ang bayan kung sinilangan. Hala, maganda yung suggestion ni Tatay Digong na isakay sa helicopter at ihulog na nakatali. Kung hindi aaminin, tuluyang ihulog kasi uulit at uulit sila. Nakakahiya. End quote.
A strong and stable rule of law will strengthen the foundation of our transformation. Our police and armed forces are being strengthened and modernized to be more effective in maintaining peace and order and in defending our sovereignty. We fully support the judiciary's efforts to improve the justice system and to protect constitutional rights. The campaign against illegal drugs continues, but it has taken on a new face. It is now geared towards community-based treatment, rehabilitation, education, and reintegration to curb drug dependence amongst our affected citizenry. Last year, we launched the Buhay Ingatan Droga'y Ayawan or BIDA program and established an additional 102 Balay Silangan Reformation Centers nationwide. We will relentlessly continue our fight against drug syndicates, shutting down their illegal activities. We will shut down their activities and dismantle their network of operations. Unscrupulous law enforcers and others involved in the highly nefarious drug trade have been exposed. I will be accepting their resignations. In their stead, we will install individuals with unquestionable integrity who will be effective and trustworthy in handling the task of eliminating this dreaded and corrosive social curse. We cannot tolerate corruption or incompetence in government. For almost half a century, some of our fellow Filipinos have taken to arms to make their views known and felt. We are now at the point in our history when their armed struggle has evolved. We have now progressed together towards peace and development. We have incorporated capacity building and social protection into our reintegration programs to guarantee full decommissioning of former combatants. Through community development and livelihood programs, the barangay development and enhanced comprehensive local integration programs have been effective in addressing the root cause of conflict in the countryside. To complete this reintegration process, I will issue a proclamation granting amnesty to rebel returnees, and I ask Congress to support me in this endeavor. Our journey to progress requires not only unity and social cohesion amongst our people. It is also imperative that our nation remains intact and inviolable, our sovereignty preserved. We will protect our sovereign rights and preserve our territorial integrity in defense of a rules-based international order. With our national interest paramount, we will always pursue constant dialogue and diplomatic approaches to the resolution of any issue that may arise. So the initial results of our efforts inspire confidence. Let us continue to be relentless in our aspiration of peace and progress. This has not been the work of a single person, neither a single branch of government, nor even the whole government acting alone. This is the collective synergy achieved by all Filipinos working together. It took a whole-of-nation effort to achieve this immediate recovery from our pandemic slump. Unity was what made us rise once more. Nagsisimula pa lamang tayo. Ang pagbangon ng ating bayan ay magpapatuloy pa. Hinihiling ko ang inyong tiwala at pakikiisa. Sa ganitong paraan, makakamtan natin ang ating tanging hangarin, ang maginhawa, matatag at panatag na buhay para sa lahat ng Pilipino. Makikipagtulungan tayo ng mabuti sa Kongreso para sa mga mahalagang batas na kinakailangan para sa ating tuloy-tuloy na pag-ahon. And once again, I appeal to Congress for its support for the following priority legislations. The essential tax measures under our medium-term fiscal framework, such as excise tax on single-use plastics, VAT on digital services, rationalization of mining fiscal regime, motor vehicle users charge, road users tax, the military and uniform personnel pension. Amendment of the Fisheries Code, amendment of the Anti-Agricultural Smuggling Act, amendment of the Cooperative Code, new government procurement law, new government auditing code, anti-financial account scamming, Tatak Pinoy law, the Blue Economy law, ease of paying taxes, LGU income classification, and the Philippine Immigration Act. In the past year, it has been a source of great hope and optimism to me to now know that there is an enormous pool of highly competent and dedicated workers serving in our government. It is up to us to provide good leadership and guidance. They love the Philippines and have responded to our call. I have stated before that my confidence in our future was grounded in our world-class quality workforce, be they the farmers in the field, corporate giants, government officials, school teachers, health workers, or employees. That confidence has been further buoyed by the demonstration of love for the Philippines. Every Filipino has unanimously risen to the challenge that we have made to them to be part of our nation's future. Handa silang maghandog ng tulong dahil mahal nila ang kanilang kapwa Pilipino at mahal na mahal nila ang Pilipinas. And thus, with this in my heart, I know that the state of the nation is sound and is improving. Dumating na po ang bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
At yun na nga mga
At yun nga po mga kaibigan, dito po nagtatapos ang ating reaction video. Muli ako po si I2K ng Sundalo ng Tunggalo at 811. Maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta. Yeah!